Hello, Matthews. Gatos here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to subtract fractions. So let's get started. Step number one, any mixed numbers have to go as improper fractions. So we see two improper fractions. So I'm going to change the first one. So I'm going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, and then add 1 is 7. So 3.5 becomes 7 out of 2. Takeaway. Over here, I'm going to multiply 2 and 10. So 10 times 2, and that is 20. And then add 4 is 24. So I'm going to subtract 24 over 10. Now, I could reduce this fraction here before I go ahead and change it to an improper fraction, but I'm going to leave it right now because I noticed something about the common denominator. So that's step number 2, finding the common denominator. So starting at 2, let's just list out a couple of the multiples. So I'm just skip counting by 2. And then we'll start at 10 and start listing out some of those multiples. And I'm looking for the lowest one they have in common, which I can see is 10. So you can now see, hopefully, why I didn't reduce that fraction, because it's just going to stay out of 10. So over here, to go from 2 to 10, I'm going to multiply by 5 because 5 times 2 is 10. But I need to be fair and also multiply the numerator. So I have 5 times 7 is 35. So now that I have the denominators are the same, I'm going to keep the denominator and subtract the numerators. So 35 take away 24 is 11. So final step, write the answer in lowest terms. Now 11 and 10 don't have any common factors, but since the top is bigger than the bottom, I need to write it as a mixed number. So I'm looking for how many groups of 10 there are. So there's for sure one group, 10 out of 10, plus one more is 1 out of 10. Now I know that's right because 10 plus 1 is 11 and the denominator stays the same. So 10 out of 10 is 1 whole. You're left with 1 out of 10 left over. Now that's how you subtract fractions using the common denominator method. Let's look at how do we use the butterfly method. So again, the first step is still the same. Change it to an improper fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Denominator stays the same. 10 times 2 is 20 plus 4 is 24 out of 10. Now here comes my butterfly. So I'm going to do 2 plus 24. 2 times 24 is 48. And over here, I'm going to do 7 times 10 is 70. Now, all I have to do is subtract my numerators. So I'm going to do 70 take away 48. So subtracting that is 22. Out of, it's a happy butterfly, I multiply those together. 2 times 10 is 20. So I don't have to worry about the common denominator in this method, but now I have to reduce. This time I can see they have a common factor of 2. So to be fair, I'll divide top and bottom by 2. And I get 22 divided by 2 is 11. Over 20 divided by 2 is 10. And now I'm at the same point I was in the last question, but I think that was a little bit easier. So I know that 11 over 10 really reduces to 1 whole and 1 out of 10. So you can subtract fractions using common denominator, or you can subtract them using happy butterfly. The choice is yours. So I hope this method helped, and I look forward to seeing you for the next one.